what do we play? Do we play Olaf? Anything else?
I play Olaf. I played Kane for a little bit, but I didn't really like it because I felt it was too, like the scaling was too like reliant on the form, and then with Red Kane take too long to scale, and I felt like all my lanes just inted. So, and then I've been trying to play a bit of Graves recently, and I've been struggling with like getting a lot of damage off when I play Graves. And like having the early impact with scale and snowball, but I don't know. When I play Olaf, it just goes well pretty much. I normally snowball, but the issue I find is closing out games, and then I just get outscaled, and I don't really know how to team fight. You know.
Well, I mean, there's a thing I wanted to make, and Twitch chat, maybe you can give me feedback on this as well. I kind of wanted to take, like, say we watch this game, right, and then there's a team fight that breaks out in the mid lane. And I spent 10 to 50 minutes, talking with you or just to Twitch chat about the mechanics of the team fight. That's a really good thing to cut and just slap on the main channel. Be like, why team fighting is holding you back? Because and a lot of the coaching I've done, I'd like to do that, but it's kind of jarring. It's not really, it wouldn't be edited or anything. But the reason,
I mean, I'd watch that. So if that's anything.
Yeah, those little 8 to 15 minute bites of micro analysis would be really good because I want to do that. So we'll look at your team fighting because I want to do that. Like if we skip ahead to this, right? I want to talk about this because there's no macro in a lot of these games. It's just Pepe hands smash against towers. But when these fights break out, there's often split focus, wrong spells used, no setup, like 10k goal in your pocket looking for YouTube clickbait. And analyzing that, I think, would help so much for many, many people just because they are messing up these fights. And even if you're ahead, they're messing up the fights. And you're losing because of it. Yeah.
The amount of times I've had 20 kills in Olaf and lose the game. Oh,
that's a lot, though.
It's too many. I should have just ended it quicker.
Yeah, 100%. So, okay. Firstly, Twitch chat and everyone else. The Smite Ignite thing, I made a video on it. Some people have been doing it. This is taking it a little too far. Okay, we're typing. I don't think Ignite here is good, but at the same time, you should use that as a bit of caution, right? Olaf gets low. Yeah. You want a full clear. He can invade you. I
don't really like playing against Kane because I find he's so hard to punish. Like, he farms so well. He's so safe.
He's my ban.
Yeah, fair enough. I banned Master Yi just because one kill and I was just tilted.
Yeah, it's true, but at the same time, why am I seeing this? I'm seeing this way too much. What is this? Does he think you're gonna invade him? I mean, he's disappeared in a wall. Off he goes. I don't like this at all. Because his sequencing is completely off. So he's screwed himself again.
His CS this game is rubbish to start.
Yeah, but I can tell you right now, he's gonna Ignite, which is big balls, but at the same time, he doesn't have big brain because he's got such big balls with his clear. I'll tell you how much. What do you want to accomplish versus him? So let's talk a little about the lanes and your early game plan. You obviously play Olaf, so he likes the full clear. If you can full clear and get say 2-3 kills, maybe both scuttles, you're off to the races. What do you want to do?
I normally go full clear pretty much every game. I'll start blue.
Okay.
I just prefer starting blue, but it's not good because I really need to path to the right lane. But and then I'll try get double crab. That's the main goal. And then if there's no gank available, I'll normally reset or invade if I've got prio.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's pick up our axes.
I struggle with ganks mid especially.
We're definitely a little low here. We haven't smited yet though. So my concern would be, what do you normally smite?
I smite the last thing. I go really low on purpose.
Yeah, well, I obviously with this passive I know, but
yeah.
Against a Shaco, against a Kane with Ignite, against a Graves, where your route was telegraphed, I feel like this is hyper risky.
True.
Because what do you know at this point?
No,
Nothing.
that's true.
Like from the beginning that he most likely started Red Raptors. I mean, actually, let's have a look. Let's just revisit that, just so we make sure we're not playing with false information. Let's see. Like bot lane is there. So if we're clearing. As soon as you see bot lane show out of this bush, straight up, okay, he started Raptors. Syndra gave him a few balls over there, which is not what he needs because he already has too many of those. So, I mean, at this point, they know you started blue and you're sequencing up probably full clear.
Yeah.
If he's doing this clear, which you don't know, right?
Yeah.
It's possible he might look to try and cheese you. Because if I'm against an Olaf in gold, and I'm playing Kane Smurfing, or I'm playing if I'm playing Volibear, you're dead right now. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Twitch chat?
I had that once, Volibear waiting for me in the bush, but I managed to actually win. I couldn't believe my eyes.
No,
I should have died. I should have died.
If you're against me here playing volley, you're dead. You're dead already. You know, yeah. I'm done. Buff, Gromp. I'm sitting in this bush and I'm like, this guy didn't check the bush, dead. And you're just gonna be chilling, right? La da 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 da. The E just hits you right now. I Q onto you, right? We got an auto W, and as soon as you flash, you might even not need to flash. You'd just be deader anyway. So
true.
I feel like you've got to play the matchup here now. Your Cassio does a nice job.
Yeah,
Cassio top,
she actually ends up carrying me. So.
Well, I mean, she's a bit of a this champion top is just, it's horrible. But she comes down here. This is a very good ward. I love it when laners do this. But she gives you all the information you need. That the blue's gone. The Kane here got shoved out. Did he show? Let's just see. I was talking to you, but let's see.
Did he go blue? Did he go chickens to blue to wolves? Oh,
yeah. Oh no, he didn't get seen. He's just doing idiot. This is total idiocy. This is total idiocy. And there was no communication that she wrote down. So this is what you're up against, right? I like to talk about this because when we talk about what you're up against, you realize that, oh my goodness, how can I not beat these people? How can I not easily win this game? Because, like, what is this guy? So for me, it's the full clear with Olaf is obviously, I mean, like here, you let the axe die. Like, let's pick up that axe, It's quicker. The axe is where you get your damage.
I'm not sure, because with Olaf, I'm not sure if I've watched like a tutorial and someone said when you're Wing, it's actually quicker. It does more damage if you don't axe, but I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not sure.
Oh, you have to measure that. Oh, I mean, that's DPS numbers. That's setting up a spreadsheet and timing it in practice tool. But it's more about efficiency. And once your W's active, sure, but still pick it up once your attack speed cools off. You're just throwing it. You press W and you just let it expire. I mean, even if there's a little bit of a window for you to kite it out nicely and drag it here, the babies will line up perfectly for one more axe throw, which is what you did, but you missed one. But this is fine. This is fine. Like, I think you don't really need to use 2 smites. It's just more about respecting the matchup for me. You don't expect a Kane to invade you at red, but with Ignite, I would assume some sort of cheese.
True.
Right. What lanes do we think are most gankable for us this game?
Cho'Gath, definitely. And then I think Syndra once I hit 6.
Not before. Not before. Zed's got no CC. He doesn't have enough burst unless he hits a nice double Q. And she uses her E on him. Yeah.
Exactly.
Bottom lane, we already got some volatility. All right, everyone's killing each other as you expect, but I think Morgana, Ashe, Ezreal Thresh is a bit of a sucky lane to gank. If there's no flash and she hits binding, at level 6 you got a 100% gank. Okay, so I like this. Aha! Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Careful for the roams though. Okay. Okay, let's look at that again. Right. So I'm saying go because I want you to force it, but at the same time, let's watch.
That's what I was thinking.
So she moves here already. So I think when I said go up here, it's good. As soon as he smites, now we need to back out, which you do. She hits a nice E. Let's give her credit there. That's a good E. You do have smite up though. Zed is following. You could all turn directly onto the Syndra. But the Kane, they have the leg up. I think you made the right decision here. The flash sucks, but here we go. Okay. All right, that's fine. It's a little messy. We're not gonna talk about the mechanics, whatever. Just more about the decision making because that's more important.
Yeah, I mean, Olaf's not that hard mechanically.
No, just make sure you're picking up your axes. There's a few other tips and tricks there, but straight across. Let's go. I mean, there's a school of thought here where you just want to help him shove this, hit an axe on these so he can push and reset, because you'll have...
yeah, true.
You'll have a bit of an item spike, but I don't think people are gonna, in this elo, think about, even having one longsword, how much better it can be in terms of trades. You should, but he won't. Nice. Right. Good rotation, maybe a little risky with the mid-rotation very quickly. Nice full clear. The Kayn is, no flash. Good job, dude. You would have lived had you had flash. I think I would be thinking about this. I think this should be in your mind. Because once Kayn shows up here, right, you see him on 16 CS. So we don't know exactly what he did, but I would assume in a clear. Buff, Raptors, Wolves, and Blue. Which is true. But he did it in a really weird order, didn't he? Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to question his logic. It's completely wrong. But, so I would assume at this point, once he's dead, he resets. Most likely, he's going to do his Krugs and Raptors. Because those are high experience camps. So I would anticipate something here. I think I'd be looking at it. Let's see. Not saying that anything necessarily will happen, but I'd be thinking about it. I'd be pinging it, at the very least. There you go. There you go. Good. But I would be spamming in the Ash.
Okay.
You also have the option to just float on down and help her push.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that's results-based thinking. Oh no, she ganked, she died. Oh no, what could I have done?
True.
You're low on mana too. But it's more about the... Okay, she lives? Okay. All right. No, what? Why? Okay. There we go. Good. Okay, so what we call that, what I usually refer to that is, it's taking your hands out of the game for a second. You're coin flipping the bot lane, But,
that's so true, actually.
Because we're just letting them do this thing. I don't know. Yeah, you didn't make a wrong decision. What's your reasoning for going down directly now? Because you finished double crab into Grump and Wolves, which is tier 2 Grump and Wolves. So it's good experience. And you go back and you buy, okay, we're going Warrior, so you're going straight for the Warhammer there. What do you want to accomplish here?
Well, I want Dragon, really. I pretty much, my game plan in every game is just get a Dragon Soul. But I was thinking, obviously there's a lot going on bot. If I can clear that up, just get Dragon. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. So for me, it's tough. And it's sort of a discipline thing. We're here. Okay. La 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 la. Okay, good. Shove the wave. He goes back. La 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 la. Here's a crab. Right. Do we still have power and resources available to stay on the map? What will Kayn buy that would win in a 1v1 versus you?
Nothing.
Nothing. So I feel like the default logic here, you've got 4 options. Let me reset and spend my juicy 1181 gold. That's a Warhammer plus a control wood. Let me go back here and clear these 2, which means you can get your talisman as well. But the other 2 options are, hey, I'm full HP, I'm Olaf, I rely heavily on experience. Yeah, gold is nice, but your experience lead over this guy is big enough. 5-3. And he has no flash. So if you lose to him in a 1v1, stop playing Olaf. She's back here as well, but I feel like you could look for a probe with this plant to really remove him from the game.
That's true, actually. I often find that I've got a few levels on people with the double crab because I normally get it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I just normally back and reset. I actually did that last game.
Yeah, which is taking away some of the lead you could have in the game, right?
Yeah, because I'm kind of just thinking, I want 6, really.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
But you don't need 6 to be big beefy boy. And the goal within a farming jungler is the worst thing we can do is give them that luxury of, hey, see, get your camps, get your Krugs, get your Raptors. I would honestly be very wary.
Yes.
I'd be very careful. You have to be very careful. I see my bottom lane shoving, and I see low HP targets here. Okay? And I see them going for a dive. So my mind most likely, and you pinged this, so you were thinking about this. Hey, Kayn's on Krugs. But by defaulting to go back with almost full HP, almost full mana, we're wasting our experience level and our resource level. I would literally float down here, anticipating Kane to gank. If he doesn't, you get to shove the wave and your ADC will go back. Because that's what she wants, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you see this. You could be clearing your... Like, see, instead of going up, you'd be, what? Here. In this bush, right? Their vision control doesn't exist. You have a scanner anyway, so you could scan on your way down, right? I'd be looking at this, because if you anticipated the Kane being on Krugs, then you know full well the dude's in the area, and your Ashe is the level lead here with the Thresh and the Ezreal, so we should look to help her. Right? No mana. She wants to push this final wave. This guy's low. She throws out the... She throws it out, and even sees the Kane.
Yeah.
Chat, look, she sees the Kane and just doesn't leave. This is what you're playing with. Why is she?
True.
I mean, yeah, but you took yourself out of this.
Yeah.
You know, by leaving, you took yourself out of it. And that's what we don't want to do. We want to say, hey, you know what? You could be in this bush waiting for this. I think I would 100% be baiting this.
Oh, that's good actually.
Because you would scan on the way down, use a Shadow of Fog of War into this bush here. And all she would have to do is kite into the bush, which she would do if you were there, even in this elo. Oh, that's, it's a double kill. Because you know your Morgana's here. Right?
Yeah.
It's a time game, it's an anticipation game, and the risk is that you get nothing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if the Kane doesn't show up, you get to shove the wave with the Ashe. Protect her, you get shared experience, which is fine for us, right? We don't care. We just want the XP. Yeah, I think like this should have been the play, but I feel like that's because you weren't looking at this like this.
Yeah. Also, can I quickly get some water? I'll be like 2 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
2 seconds.
Remember, everybody, stay hydrated. Water sponsor? Any water sponsors in chat? Any water sponsors? The risk is that you get Dragon instead. The Dragon's not on the table at this point. It's very unlikely that the Dragon's on the table. You know, you're not doing this crab and going into Dragon. That's too risky. There you go. I honestly feel like if I see this dive and I anticipate the Kane being on Krugs after he died at the top side, this is the counter gank opportunity. But instead we've used all our resources clearing this camp and now we're out of the equation.
Yeah.
And that's just a gold thing, guys. This is not... Remember, it's not necessarily what's textbook, correct, perfection, right play. It's what do I need to do to carry in my elo? And everyone behaves differently. Thank you very much, Kagoon, there for the Twitch Prime. It's very much about anticipating what the enemy's going to do because they're predictable. And if you don't punish that, you're taking yourself out of the carry game. So that's just this long skirmish, and the Kane gets a kill, he gets caught up in experience, you get revealed. The Zed's showing up here. Okay. Yeah, we gotta be careful. I don't think you should be running here. She's still there, and he's still here. I don't think you should be running away from this. I think this was really good.
Okay.
You rotated directly. Okay, he sees you. Right, let me run up. Okay.
I was trying to bait to the Zed.
Stop. This is the important bit. Stop. From their point of view, where could you be? This is one place, right? Because they've got the vision. And yet they're still going to face check this because this is who you're up against. And I feel like you could just throw an axe here. Double axe them. This is the double axe.
Oh, yeah.
But you kept walking away because you're thinking raptors. I feel like if we're there, I mean, he's dead now 100% because you would have had an axe, a E, a W, maybe another axe. That's nice, but TP in from the Cho'Gath. But this is why I said it's risky. Because you're putting yourself in a position to be absolutely destroyed. Which I'm assuming is what happens. Yeah, that's the problem with this whole line of thought. Let me rotate, yeah, but your bottom lane is dead. So I think you should just get out.
Yeah.
Like here in my mind, in this case, is I'm gonna leave. But as soon as you're walking up here, these are the little micro decisions, right? I mean, it's tough to sort of say what you would make in what kind of decisions you should make in the moment. That's always different. It's very easy to look at it now and say, hey, yeah, that's obvious. But I think you're trying to recognize that their lanes haven't rotated yet is pretty big. And if we hit an X, you know, and an E on some of the stuff, or if you pre-destroy this plant, you know, I think at least you get 2 kills. You go for 2 for 2. Not that you should go for the play anyway, but I think there's a lot to be said for that, for both these things. Watching the tower dive, setting up a counter gank with your tracking, which is good. And then here, sort of as you rotate, okay, they're all dead. Let me just go back into my jungle. My blue's up. I want to do the dragon, clear the vision control, you know, and so on. Yeah. We kind of throw away. Again, though, we're not thinking. I know you want ult.
Yeah.
I know you want ult, but I'm thinking. Okay, I don't know what the Kane's doing, but let's assume. I don't know what the Kane's doing. Let's assume. Okay, let me ask you. What do you want to? What do you want to do now?
Well, I think I'm just going to path towards bot and go for dragon again. I think that's what I was going to do here. I want some kills, really. Can't lie. Probably what I'm thinking right now. Well, actually, no. I remember. I saw Kane CS, and I was like, Kane CS is rubbish. And then I was hoping to just get a huge lead on him. So I was just pathing down towards dragon.
Well,
that's what happened.
You're not going to get a lead on him. If you both farm and chill, he doesn't need much after the fights in the bottom lane. He doesn't need much to get form anymore, you know? He had a skirmish here, he had a skirmish here. You know, he died, and then they say, well, was it worth it? And he's just going to say yes every time. I got orbs. GG. Have fun, you know? For me, I would be, okay, let me see if you're going. I would say, let's get this crab, let's invade his jungle. You've got Prior top lane and a Fit Cassio. Let's go. Can he kill you 1v1 at this point?
No.
So let's go get it.
Oh.
Because we would assume that because the red just spawned, he should be on the red, and we can actually see here he is. Now, it's obviously assuming, but that's jungle tracking, right? You have to track and anticipate what they're going to do, what's their focus on, and when they show up on vision or any sort of gank, you update your information based upon that. So in this case, he hasn't shown up yet. I'm honestly, before I do Krugs, I'm on Raptors and just taking the blue. I'm scanning all the way there too. I didn't even have to scan. I just hit this plant. Out of base, after my death, hit the plant, scan, nothing, swish, take the crab, take the blue. Maybe I leave a, you don't have Trinket Woods, obviously, you have scanner, but maybe I take the Grom too, hop on over this plant to deny it. Let's see, is this gankable? He used flash down in the bottom lane and TP, so maybe we can chunk this. Okay, now you can go back into your jungle and take your top side.
Oh yeah, this is what I was thinking actually. I wasn't sure because I saw the Kane CS was like quite low.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, they're going to be low level. There's no point taking them. I can get more experience off my camps, but that's just wrong, isn't it?
You're right. But why are we giving him free XP? Yeah, I mean, at that point, let's see. I mean, this is level 1, so yeah, I agree with you here. Okay, just leave it. But at the same time, if you take it, as he sequences up from red, there's going to be nothing here. So it denies him it gives him a momentary setback, which will reward him in 2 minutes. But what's the likelihood he uses this time properly? Very low, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in this case, Twitch chat as well, when you have an 8-minute timer and a level 1 Gromp, it's actually not so bad to leave it. Because this is just pitiful experience. However, all experience denial against a scaling jungler is very useful. Not that we want to give them... It's almost like you're buying yourself 2 minutes of added experience denial. What can you do with that? As an early game jungler, hopefully a lot. But I can honestly have a debate both ways and be like, okay, I see it. You know? Here. Right? He hasn't shown up yet. Huh? Yeah, for me, this is big because you've respawned, done Krugs, gone to Skullcrab, and gone back to red. So your pathing here is a V. It's inefficient. Where we could have done a loop and taken everything. We just did a V, and he hasn't shown up here. So where do you think he is right now? I mean, we know he's bottom side, but in game you should be able to say, hey, he must be bottom side.
Yeah, because he's not displaying.
Yeah, I would say maybe he's on my jungle. I would actually at this point think, you know what? Careful mid, careful bot, because he hasn't shown here. I would be concerned that he was close to 6, looking for a dive, or looking for a rotation here. If I'm in your spot right now. So your movements should be able to compensate for that. Here we go. Oh, Zeddy. Zeddy. Did we leave immediately? Boom, Kane, leave. Don't even start this. Korean jungle mindset. Don't start this. Look what we see. Let's go. We're level 6. Level 5. Okay, so he wasn't doing anything useful. Let's go. You know, don't do this first. This is going to be here afterwards. But I see here potential assists, potential kills. You know, right now you're here. Here we go. You know. Okay, now you're here. And you can just wait. Let's wait. You know, and now before this happens, right? Before this Q, like, cut him off. Let your Zed go back to safety. 2 schools of thought. Sacrifice Zed to try and get a kill yourself, or simply show up to prevent him dying. I'm a bit more supportive in nature, so I probably would have just shown up to zone and pushed the wave. But
yeah,
let's not do this. You know, this is just... You know, I think Zed's death is completely unavoidable. And now you showed them where you're going, because obviously, you know, his blue's up. He's level 5. But where's your top laner? Back at base, no TP. He's here. So now we're playing a bit more of a risky game. You're trying to trap for him. I mean, we're getting to the places we need to be, but we've got some delays, you know? Like,
yeah.
Did you get the crab? Yeah. Did you get the blue? Yeah. Did you get your red? Krugs, Raptors? Yeah. But we could have done all of that with a top lane gank and maybe a counter gank in the mid lane. You know, and if you're looking to close games out, these are the small things that are going to make a big difference. Because now we're not optimizing our experience, we're just kind of waffling around. You see?
True. Yeah, true.
I mean, and he... I don't know. We don't know what he's doing. Where are we going? Where are we going?
Oh, I don't know.
Where are we going? Why? Wait, is this just for the crab? Or is this because you saw him go...
I think I was just going towards Drake.
Your obsession with Drake is slightly concerning. Are you Donkey from Shrek?
Yeah.
It's not natural. You
Oh,
know? The baby donkey dragons are not going to happen with you. No, this is just a waste of your ult, it's a waste of your flash. Yeah. I feel like this is where you're falling apart, because we're a lot of good phases, but we're 9 minutes into the game and you're level 6. And you've got 1,000 gold, 1,100 gold in your pocket. So I feel like that whole level, with that whole advantage you have with Olaf, isn't being shoved in this guy's face, and it should be, because he's an embarrassment.
Yeah, this is what I sent this one through, because I was literally like, how did I just...
It's because
yeah,
that's okay. So like, obviously my style of jungling is very map control, invadey. I love stopping the enemy jungler from existing.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Same.
Track, cut him off, invade, kill him, steal his stuff. If he's gonna gank, I'm there to counter gank. If he's ganking, I'm immediately rotating like a good person who coaches and watches a lot of Korean VODs. I mean, there's a video coming out on Saturday, guys, that does this. As soon as he starts it, the Herald, the jungler shows up here, right? On this side of mid lane. And he's on the Herald. He leaves it to rotate. And the mid laner moves up to him because there's this understanding, hey, jungler, there's a fight. Let's collide. Let me bring them to you if you rotate immediately. In your case, you could have saved the Zed. You also could have saved the Ashe. You also could have counter-ganked him. You also could have ganked the Cho'Gath. all while taking his stuff. Bully. But I feel like we missed a lot of those windows, yeah?
Yeah, I literally just farmed, and badly as well.
I mean, did you? You gave up the dragon.
Yeah, pretty
Insert
much.
Darth Plagueis meme, you know, ironic. You wanted the dragon for yourself, but in the end you gave it to the enemy team.
Nice.
Paraphrasing. But yeah. Like in your
got
quest,
the crab. Bang.
you got the crab, yeah. Jungle Diff, link the video in the post game. Doesn't matter what happened, I got all the crabs, my friend.
1v9.
All the crabs are mine. Yeah, like we're staying up to that. This is just. I can see you seem a bit. You seem a bit frazzled now.
Yeah, I'm literally like, I can't believe I'm losing to this guy with 35 CS at 11 minutes.
Pick him. You don't need the axe, but I think you could have picked it up. But it's fine. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You press a W, so it's better just to auto attack. There we are. It's fine. Shove the wave. Help push up the wave. Like, this is good experience. You don't have to steal the Twitch chat. You don't have to steal the CS, but you can help shove the wave. Don't tax. Just share experience. The laners don't realize that. As long as you give them the last hit and they get the gold, they're happy. But we're not there to tax gold as junglers. We're there to tax CS. And laners haven't caught on to that yet. Experience, sorry. We want the experience. Like, what is this? This guy's a disgrace. Disgrace! Oh, it's well played actually, but still, why? Yeah, there's a lot of windows that you had to take control of the game. Do you like?
Played that well.
Yeah, she did. She missed a Q, but she played it well. I feel like if she knew the champion a little better and hit everything, maybe she doesn't need to flash because she'd heal up. But yeah, it's fine. She played it well. Now what do we want to do?
Rift probably.
Why don't we go straight to Rift?
Because apparently I want to farm.
It's a simple life, but I enjoy it. Yeah. Don't have to wear my mask when I'm farming. You know? Relevant 2020 memes. Yeah. Yeah, he's dead. And he just went up. So where's he gonna go when he respawns? Down. So that's a free herald.
True.
And the sooner you take it, okay, we got, more time to play with in terms of what plates you want to use. We've got, I see here a nice gank. I mean, not now because the sums are up, but when the sums are down, right? We got 5 on the top line here. We've got a lane gank on the bottom side. We can use it here, perhaps. Actually, all have 5 plates. So most likely you're just going to have to use it for some gold dings. But the sooner you get this, the sooner you get a second one, which you can use to close games out. If you're an early game jungler, you really, really want this early herald for plates so that you can get a second herald for pushes.
Yeah.
And I feel like because Kane's dead and definitely going bottom side, because he, was last seen doing this swoop-de-doo. I mean, let's take it now, right? Then you can look to use your ultimate directly in the mid lane, because the Syndra flashed earlier when she was fighting the Zed. And your ultimate will be up soonish. Okay, let's see, what are we at? 14 seconds. It will be up by the time you've done Herald. So maybe we can dive and kill the Syndra.
Yeah. Also, I've got a question. With Olaf, the first clear, I always see everyone does full clear every time. But is it better to invade sometimes, like do buff grump and just invade?
With Olaf?
Yeah.
It depends on the matchup. I think a full clear is fine with Olaf because you get 4 very quickly and you can double crab. But then if your Olaf mindset is, hey, full clear, baby, double crab. Oh yeah, okay, full clear, baby, yeah, double crab. I mean, no, that's the wrong loop. I mean, the full clear early into double crab is great, but I think you've got to look for this bottom lane stuff. You've got to look for this opportunistic stuff here. You got to look for this. You got to look after that. Now you need to put the pressure on because Kayn will become very strong later on. Again, not this Kayn. This Kayn is wow. And he's going. I mean, it's a whole bunch of squishies, so I could see Shadow Assassin. Shadow Assassin's fine. You're going squishy too, so. And plus, you just RSW anyway. Let's see. What do you do? Do we go to Herald? Please go to Herald. Where are we going? His blue's not up. There's no need to go there. This is all part of the same equation, right? The Kayn dies here. This is a gift to you. This is a gift to you because it tells you everything you need to know about him. It's like reading his diary.
Yeah.
I cleared up. I just died. I used my ult. I don't have flash. I'm gonna go bottom side. So there's no need to go probing here. You're not gonna run into him. You know, if you want to probe, do the Herald first. And then go probing. Clear the wards, look for the camps, but I wouldn't even do it because I'd assume they were down. I would assume they were down at this point. Just because of the nature of his death. So there's no point. You know they're down. So I would just make sure that I take the Herald, look for a play mid and top. If there's nothing now, you can clear your jungle. You can go down for this second, you can go down for this crab, look for bottom lane gank. And then if that works out, you can use a Herald here and get 4 plates. Then you can reset. Go down to your bottom camps, and you should be in a position to ward the area, invade these camps, while he'll be topside, and you get the dragon. Boom, 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 boom. Make sense?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a lot of information, but that's just like, that's where my brain is thinking the game's gonna go. And every time something happens outside of that plan, you update the plan in your mind. You know? But I think doing Krug's Raptors into invading is losing the power the red buff can give you. It's losing the... You could have had this already. You're letting them know what you're doing, whereas you didn't have to let them know what you're doing. You do get this, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And now they're all rotating because they saw you, which is fine. That's not so bad. Let's just... No, let's just take a red. Where are we going?
I kind of wanted to fight because Cassio and Mia, but I've got quite a lot of gold.
I mean, it's too late now. It's 14 minutes.
True.
If you do it first, you can afford to mess around a little bit, but because you waited so long, I mean, you've gone up here. I don't know, so let's see. Like, they're ganking mid lane. You've got the Herald, you got 50, you got... Let's go. I just run it down. And if you're really looking for plates, you have to run here and activate it. But what's the possibility he knocks you up or silences you, or just it doesn't happen? I mean, it's this shouldn't be this way, you know? It shouldn't be this way. You should have had that already like a minute ago.
Then I would have got plates as well.
Yeah, now you're using it. You should get... Will you get a second one? I don't think so, right? I don't think you cleared it in time.
Not sure.
It's a 6-minute respawner. You got it at what? 13:45. It doesn't respawn, right, chat? It's too late. Leave. The next objective is this. This is where your mind should be. I don't know if you have time to clear. I mean, again, we don't have a lot of gold. Okay, we miss our axe, but fortunately it doesn't matter because you're alive. Okay. I feel like if you're gonna do that, you might as well do the red. Because the red helps you to stay in the field and then do damage and everything like that. Yeah, there you go. Good. Pull it out. Pull this out. Because, yeah.
Because Kayn.
Yeah. Okay. Weak smites, but we get it. That's good. Okay. Good. We're gonna fight you in the mid lane. Good. Nice. Now your whole team is like, hey, nice, let's go mid, alright. And you're like, if only I had the Herald. You know, you could have just realized, okay,
it for plate with wanting plates, but then I didn't even get the plates.
Yeah, well, plates are dead. You know, let me do this whole red side into exactly what you did, which is good. Now let's go mid lane. We've got a dead Syndra for 3 seconds. Bottom lane's bottom lane. Alright, we got a 2-tower push. Let's go. You know? No. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Gromp. 13 plus 6 equals 19. Yes, but he finished it at 13:45. So 13:45 plus 6 is 19:45. And
I've got 15 seconds.
And you got 15 seconds to take it, but I don't think it respawns because despawns then anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think it goes through. I don't remember the exact time though. That's why I'm asking, but I think it was too close. Whereas if he did it in the beginning, he would have had it by like 2:55. Yeah, exactly. He would have had it by 2:55, so he would have had the opportunity to use it for plates, and then get another one for a push. You know, and in this case, he could have used it here pre, or he could have used the top pre, or he could have just used the bottom lane. He had a lot of options. Like, your whole team's gathered, and you're farming. I feel like this is unfortunate.
I just didn't know what they were doing.
I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what they're doing either. I don't know what anyone's doing. I mean, look, they're overstaying, but you're overstaying too.
Yeah, I just didn't want to. I felt like they were wasting time. Like they were just gonna die.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of gold. They don't want to back yet. I mean, they should. They should. I mean, but look, you should have had the Herald as a push as a 5-man. You probably get 2 towers, and then people are more inclined to reset once they've done stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
People don't like resetting if they don't feel like they've done anything, and it's not good League of Legends. It's bad League of Legends. They don't understand that 800 gold could be a difference between a one when you win the next fight or not, if you win the next fight or not. But in the case here, they don't want to back because they want the mid lane tower. So I agree with you here. They should reset. And you want to clear this quadrant and then probably reset yourself, and now you can take red side and regather. But it's all connected. I don't feel like we should be... I think if you find yourself, and this goes for everyone as well in chat, it's lovely to hear from your coach, I don't know what anyone is doing. I think that's a little concerning from everyone involved, though. If everyone in the game has no idea what they're doing, and I don't understand their motives, then I'm deeply concerned, you know? I need an exorcism for everyone. That was weird. Yeah, you know, if you find yourself sort of... This is a general thing, right? So it happened earlier. You're doing Gromp and Wolves, and your bot lane's overstaying, fighting, and dying, right?
Yeah.
So you're going, what are you guys doing? Stop dying. You know, maybe you call them an ape, or you insult them a little bit. In your head, we don't type it. You know, you tell you stream it, whatever. Yeah, great, but what could you have done to be there to help out? Here's the same thing. You're full clearing on your merry way, you know, you're living Ragnar's dream of farming instead of the other Vikings' dream of fighting, and you sort of, you know, what are you guys doing mid lane, you idiots? I need this red buff. It sounds a bit ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the result cannot be, hey, what? But that's good. You rotated. Okay. Okay. See? Do you see the... Yeah, but...
Bit too late.
There you go. On the Syndra. Ah, the axe miss! That's unfortunate. But yeah, a little aggressive, but that's fine. But you see the difference between saying, hey, I'm doing red, you see a fight, you ditch. You know? That's good overall for your team. Because he gets top tower, she's gonna get... She should get bottom tower. Come on, Ash. No, she can't. Yeah, she has to reset. She got the wave, though. So, a lot of solo experience and gold. You got top tower. Zed got a whole bunch of gold. Cassie got shutdowns and kills. You got a kill and assist. So I think overall that's really good because you reacted immediately left. It's the same thing as earlier. Don't do the Raptors. React. You know, good things happen when you join your team.
True.
Okay, that's fine.
I noticed that in the last couple of games. I did that a lot. Yeah.
Gotta force yourself. It's like there's a crab up now, right? And they're all down. And you went up. Why did you go up? What do we want to do?
I just want to reset my camps. I think I'm just like pathing in my head, but then I'm going to do it too much.
It's fine. I mean, it's fine. Alright. Good Ash arrow. I mean, yeah, let's go crab now. Let's go into his jungle. Clear that. Good. Let's take his Gromp. Let's take it. Oh, did your scanner run out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And pushing top is fine. Okay, now I would go. Now I'd be very careful. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Support your team here. One award. Be careful. There's a tower there. Huh?
Oh, this play. Oh my god. Oh, I remember this one. Yeah. But if you look in chat, I think I just blamed myself. I could.
You're not Kazakhs.
No. I think I was just my brain was asleep. Right, I just didn't look.
You're Olaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. You run at people, not around people. Yeah, but I mean, she shouldn't have been caught here. This is silly. I mean, you guys are trying to set up a 1-3-1 split push. You don't have the facilities to fight them. The best thing you can do in this case, if you have one turbo fed, is to simply be there to protect them from themselves. And that's fine. Especially if this is the art of being carried, right? In this case, you are not the carry condition. You've made mistakes. You could have done a whole bunch of things to get yourself to be the carry condition. But the Cassiopeia has just shown herself to be an abusing mage top laner. That's a meme, guys. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just horrific to face against. So here, all we're trying to do is wave clear and hold out and not die. Because if you do that, you're going to get a lot of pressure on the side waves from the Cassio and the Zed. And the Cassio has TP. So if a fight does break out in this situation, she could very easily TP to a ward or a minion in a normal situation. This situation, you don't have any of those. And the Zed can also rotate pretty quickly. So you don't want to be looking for a flanking dive. You're not trying to fight. You're trying to just not fight. So you get tower pressure from your strong solo lanes. But by flanking, you're in a position where they think they saw you here. And so they made a decision to go once the thresh hit is hooked because they saw you here. So I think that's it's all very well sort of, okay, this is the result, you know, but we don't want to do that. It's the decision you make before this happens. Because we don't want to, you know, if this all worked out and you aced him, it's still a bad decision, right?
Yeah.
It's just because you were fed that it happens. Yeah, so, yeah. No. That's unfortunate. But there's some good things, Ed. A lot of good things. And she still gets this pressure, but imagine if you're all alive holding the mid lane tower. And then he's still bottom lane. He's doing the flanking. You don't need to do the flanking Z. And now you're going to lose 2 mid lane towers because you were flanking and then Morgana got caught. So we'll put that on both of you, but it's not on you to save her, right? If she gets caught and she dies, it's on her, but just try and keep people alive. Try not to fight. So the 1-3-1 is kind of out of the way. Yep, this is good. Okay. Very nice. Don't know if we needed to ult, but you know, might as well. Get the smite. Or don't hit the smite, that's cool. Foxdrop, okay, sorry for this. Foxdrop just rated the channel with 183 viewers. Thank you, Foxdrop. Welcome, Fox people. We're also doing jungling here, and we just saw a beautiful smite from our student. Let's watch it again to welcome all the Foxdrop people. Let's put him on the spot for his smite, Foxies. What do you think?
I deserve a medal.
No. Say again?
I deserve a medal.
You deserve a medal? Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fox people can come and watch the glory of this smite. Doesn't even happen. It didn't even actually happen. Too quick. Alright. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying about the macro though?
Yeah.
It's you're not gonna get concrete macro, but when things are happening, you know, we can still make decisions around that. Like she goes down here, and they just, what do you do to beat a 1-3-1, right? You just brute force a fight and push down mid.
Yes.
And when you do that, okay, good things happen, especially if you're consistently out of position. Again, you're not Kha'Zix, you're not Evelyn. If you're Evelyn here, this is fine. Especially buffed Evelyn, chat. Especially buffed Evelyn, because
Good. Yes.
why do I have to speak French? Huh? Pourquoi je peux parler français? No, wait, that's wrong as well. That's why I can't speak French. Never mind, it's been too long. They want me to speak French. Okay, now we're gonna speak the whole.
C'est
facile. Oui. So that's good. So now we're gonna speak like this for the rest of the tutorial. Okay. What do you want to talk about late game? You mentioned you had some things. So I don't want to go over the macro. I feel like the macro layout for your team comp we discussed is something we want to look for. Again, though, you're off farming. We got a Baron. What do you want to talk about in this sort of this endgame phase?
When fighting, I find that I either just I'll look for one person and just run it down and just die because I've got 5 people on me. Yeah. Or I'll just do nothing pretty much and just throw Qs.
What's your team fighting strategy?
Yeah. So
Run it down. Yeah, okay. All right, let's have a look.
that's
Yes.
what I mean.
Yeah. So you secure the Baron, and now we're ARAMing. So we're switching to NA. The 1-3-1 is too complex. Morgana, stop being hooked!
She's got a black shield.
Stop it! It's just infuriating. He's split pushing the whole time. I mean, you've got a split push component, but let's see. Okay, so this is also something worth noting. Okay, I'm gonna present it to you. Okay, and this is something I learned in the Twitch Rivals. Is something I'm usually good at in solo queue, but in terms of organized play, it's not really. It's very different. So here, what's your job in your mind as an Olaf? Now, bear in mind, in high elo play, we always talk about the builds necessary to play in high elo. So a Cinder Hulk would most likely be used here. You're the only tanky member, and I feel like having a Cinder Hulk in this game for your team would have been better as well.
Yeah,
I think going Cinder Hulk, Cleaver, and tanky, and being a frontliner would have given you a more clear-cut objective for your team fights. Yeah?
Because I'm normally my teammates they're all int, so but I normally find like I have to kill the people. But I guess definitely into this one we have no front line at all.
You have no front line. And against a Thresh or against anyone with CC that can sort of make a pick, you should be in front of them. There's no reason for you to be behind the Ashe. Now, ADCs and supports, you should not be in front of the Olaf either. So it's a sort of trend of both things, right? Sorry guys, I'll address all the subs and the follows. Thank you so much, by the way. Thank you, Fox Shop, and everyone for following and watching. I'm gonna mute the sounds while we finish this coaching session. Sorry for that. You know, if you go in front of them and they go behind you, now you're actually set up nicely. And if the Thresh hits a hook and you're tanky, right? Like this hook should be destined for your beard. And if it looks like you're gonna be turbo killed, you just press R and you run away. You know, you do the good old Viking thing, right? Hit the town, run away. Hit it and quit it. You know, in this situation, you're running the other direction instead of frontlining, and I feel like that's something you should identify with your build path very early on. Because I agree with you. If you have a tank top and an Alistair support, yeah, you could be the guy that's gonna go dive the backline. But in this game, you've got a very capable top laner who's doing very well. You've got a utility support ADC who just needs to stay alive and press R. And you've got this guy who's, I don't know, he's in his own world a little bit, but he's got damage. You know? So you don't need more damage. You know? And that's the worst thing for you guys in the split push scenario is because... Why is she ulting? Okay. So we want to go, but there's a Thresh Lantern. Miasma! Yes! I don't think you need it to ult.
Yeah, I kind of just ult for extra damage.
Yeah, but I don't think you needed it.
Yeah.
Good? That's fine. You smite him. You hit the smite now, didn't you?
I was saving it for this.
Yeah, saving it for the cane. Well, that's fine. I mean, now you could still have your ultimate up. This guy really needs to be pushing. Like, if you're this Zed in this case, guys, please just push this.
Yeah.
But I still think we shouldn't be in this situation, because you should have... The Morgana should be alive. It's obviously on her to position well, but you can also position relative to her. I feel like you guys could have rotated top lane as well. You shove a wave, like, you're not going to do anything, right? They're all going to respawn. You've got 2 dead. You might as well push the wave, rotate up, take his jungle camps, and then knock on this a little bit. You know? And then you still have the pressure here for the Zed. I feel like sitting mid indefinitely also doesn't work. And now we get hooked. Okay. So you do it, but you do it when your team is joined, but that's fine. Because we want to reset for that dragon. Okay. Good. Is this all you guys do for the rest of the game? Is this it?
I think so. Well, I'm not sure. I feel like we just run it down mid for the rest of the game.
Okay, there's nothing we can learn other that we haven't discussed. Is there any specific question from a moment you remember? Obviously, I see you lose a few fights, but let's look at this one then for context. So let's look at the last fight. You've got the Dragon Soul coming up. Doesn't look like you wanted to start it. But you've got E. Your full damage, you've got E smite, so. Let's see. Okay, so once you see this, you need to back off. Leave it.
Yeah.
Back off.
Oh, we lose this fight here,
Yeah. But Zed isn't even in the picture, so he's not playing properly. So, I mean, I think the Thresh misses his hook, but you could have not started it or backed off sooner. Yeah, I'm not sure. Why would you lose this? I mean, yeah, you see this, like... I think once you get pushed off a little bit and you see the king go onto it, you should ult immediately and get back into the pit. And try and make sure you get this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a tough
We
situation.
went from having 3 dragons to losing soul.
You should have soul already, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't want to start it. So she started. You actually want to force a fight you. You've got a nice push here.
I don't like 50-50 because I'm bad at smite.
I don't like 50-50 either. You know, so
like, we have the lead as well. I feel.
So I mean, he activates a stun plate, so you can disengage sooner than you do. While you have black shield, so this is great. You don't have to ult yet. So if this hits you, you're fine anyway. For a time. But once you see the Kayn, once this hook hits and you see Kayn go back in, this is all from your point of view. I think at this point you should be pressing R and making sure you get this.
Yeah.
Because you're level up, you have E, you have smite. So it's a 50-50 and it sucks, but you've got the miasma from the Cassiopeia zoning and disabling their team, which is great. You've got the Zed finally rotating. He should be there. It's his fault, right? But, you know, you should have pressed R before the flight. Which gets you into the pit, which gives you the smite. And I think you should be able to get it, because you saw he only smited at 472. And when that happens, right? When that happens, what's your next focus? You know, not this. Just make sure you kill whatever in front of you and whatever's in front of your team.
Oh yeah, this is in question.
Like, you're running away. And this is my point about being frontline. If you were full tank, if you were with Cleaver, of course. If you were tank, if you had Cleaver, you don't have to be running away. And this is why I sort of went back to a tankier volleyball build, because I was finding myself in the same situation. Like, okay, if I stay, I die, so I have to leave. But then my carries do stupid stuff. And
yeah, I feel like it's a lot less volatile when you get a Cinder Hulk.
Yeah, well, you could still be here.
Yeah, true.
Because you got this guy. You know? Thresh is dead. Like, you know, you're in the wrong position. So I think that, for me, in terms of team fighting, in games where you are not the only tanky guy and you are the, why is she's still moving forward? Twitch chat. Anyone who is an ADC main, listen. Listen. This is what kills all of you. She's right-clicking the Ezreal. She doesn't see the Syndra. She doesn't see this. All she sees is the Ezreal. Watch this. Once she respawns out of this, right? What does the Cassiopeia do? You throw an axe that misses. You could have actually stepped up a bit more. Right? They both miss their spells. Syndra misses her spells. He misses his knock-up, right? She respawns. She's still right-clicking on the Ezreal instead of attack moving, which means her range, okay, is not... Sorry, guys, I can hear the Zonyas. She's right-clicking, so she's right-clicking the Ezreal and moving towards him, which is moving her towards death. Why? Move back. You've got the miasma to slow, to disable, to ground, okay? Move back into safety. You've got the Zed here. I don't know, this guy's so weird. Like, he's an assassin who positions like a good assassin but never does anything. But this, her right-clicking on the Ezreal, look at this. It just kills her. Instead of just using the miasma and the Zonyas to move back. You know, attack the thing in front of you if you're an ADC main. And the same thing for you if you're zoning for them. And now you gotta run. Yeah. So I think that's what you should think about most.
Yeah, I mean, Zed did nothing there.
Yeah. I know. But it's not about Zed, is it?
Yeah, no.
See, now they're all split up. Everyone's in the wrong place. They're not playing front to back. They're all being caught out. There we go. Let's hit the axe. There we go. One more. Okay,
Yeah, I
quick,
did
quick,
actually build tank after that. After
Yeah.
after
Yeah, I see.
Cleaver, I went,
Yeah, I see.
uh,
See, in those fights, it's great, right? You just sit it, but in that fight, you were in the front. You're pressing R. You just off you go.
true.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's true damage at the end of the day, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. And in a 5v5 sense, you were just always behind your carries, and Olaf that's behind their carries is kind of useless.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
That's why you got to win before 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cassio just 1v9s.
Yeah, this is what happens.
Oh, and I don't like the term 1v9 in the literal sense, but I just mean she 1v5s. Like, she carried the game, yeah. And you did good things. I think there's a lot of good things to work. Oh.
It's disgusting.
Oh.
This champion is not balanced.
Cassio be a great champion. And then off we go. Hey, Zed got a triple. He did his
Yeah,
job.
I know. And then Zed thought he was the man.
Jungle diff, baby.
Yeah, old chat.
Old chat jungle diff.